Welcome to the online class. Hello everyone, how are you? I think you all are keeping well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. This is Hasina Islam, lecturer, Department of English, Tongi Government College, Gazipur. This lecture is for the students of Honours third year. In my previous lecture, I have started Oenone by Alfred Tennyson. In that lecture, I have given you some important information regarding this poem, and we also enjoyed the poem. Today we are going to know the summary and the analysis of this poem. So, Oenone by Alfred Tennyson. Everyone, please get ready and listen to me very carefully. Oenone is a dramatic monologue written by the Victorian poet Lord Alfred Tennyson in 1829. You know what is a dramatic monologue. Several times I told you what is a dramatic monologue. Okay, so this is a nice dramatic monologue and the speaker here is Oenone. Okay, so it's a passionate song of a mountain named Oenone. In this lyric, events are narrated by Oenone. She is the narrator here. Okay, Oenone is the narrator here. Oenone describes how she fell in love with Paris, whom she married and with whom she lived in the most perfect tenderness. So their married life was a happy one, and they were leading their life very perfectly. Okay, so but their conjugal bliss was soon disturbed. Oenone has been abandoned by Paris. You know, by this time, Paris was engaged with Helen, and this was the cause of disturbance. The poem begins with the laments of Oenone, who lost his beloved husband, Paris. Oenone, the speaker of the poem, tells that Paris left her for Helen. She describes how Paris slips away from her hand. She details the story of Paris. Actually, here we find Oenone's deep love for Paris and Paris' betrayal with Oenone. At the marriage of Pallas and Thetis, it is so happened that Paris was made judge, decide who among the three goddesses, Hera, Pallas, and Aphrodite, deserved the apple bearing for the fairest. You know, this story is taken from Greek mythology, and Paris, played the role of a judge. He had to judge. So Hera tempted Paris with power, Pallas tempted him with wisdom, and Aphrodite, the goddess of love, tempted him with the love of the fairest woman. Oenone hoped that his husband, that is Paris, would choose either Hera's offer of royal power or Pallas' offer of self-reverence, self-knowledge, self-control. But swayed by venereal beauty and erotic desire, Paris declared Aphrodite winner and accepted the love of Helen. Actually, Paris wanted to get Helen, that is, to him, physical beauty and appearance was most important, okay, instead of knowledge and power. By nature, men are attracted by physical beauty rather than the beauty of knowledge. To gain knowledge, Paris must abandon Oenone. Eventually, Paris would have to pay a heavy price for his choice, which is the ultimate lesson of his life, because Troy is on the verge of destruction for Helen, and for this reason, Paris had to die. On the other hand, as Oenone was abandoned by Paris, she would be alone till she died. She suffers from her very uncontrollable passion. She would sit alone in the valley she wished to die. That is, she had to undergo a very difficult situation after the death of Paris. Actually, Oenone, she had the healing power. She knew how to heal Paris, but she didn't help him. Fairy thoughts shaped themselves within her. It seems that she was surrounded by flames of fire. Actually, she was undergoing a series of mental torture agonies. Okay, so she thought that she is a victim of outside circumstances. Actually, she is victimized by her passion, perhaps the irrationality that rule in human affairs. Actually, she wanted to take the revenge, which was the main cause of her, inner conflict. So now we are going to know about the character of Oenone. Here is the analysis of the character. Unlike the widely self-effacing confidence in Racine plays, Oenone has extraordinarily stature. She is nearly a serious character. Another, Phaedra, played during a different key. Like her mistress, she is that the victim of an awesome passion. In her case, maternal like love. Her misdeeds aren't the results of an evil nature, but the perversion of virtue. That is, she had the knowledge. Okay, she knew how to heal this the disorder, but she did not want to heal Paris because she had to face the difficulties of, that is, Paris left her. That's why this was the cause of her mental agony. So her schemes and treachery are motivated only by the historical desire to curb her chains. Oenone, like Phaedra, loves not wisely but too well, and like Phaedra too, expresses her crime by suicide. That is, at the end of this poem, we find that Oenone committed suicide. Okay, so Oenone is the simplest of Tennyson's dramatic monologues. This is a very simple and easy poem, and the word chosen here are very easy and simple. Okay, so each of the monologues incorporates an ironic use of rhetoric by the manner in which an individual point of view is incrementally revealed within the poems. The character Oenone laments her fate and is portrayed as a victim to outside circumstances. So she laments her fate, and because of the outside circumstances, she was very, she had to suffer. However, her actions in letting her emotions control her is similar to the actions that Paris, her betrayer, committed. She, like him, is a victimizer to herself. Oenone is similar to other females in Tennyson's poems. If you go through another poems by Tennyson, you will find some other female characters, and you will find a very similarities between Oenone and other characters. Okay. In particular, she is a combination of the character Mariana, a quiet woman who suffers like a prisoner as she waits for her lover to return, and Fatima, who loses her mind and submits to her intense passions while losing herself in the material world. So we can compare Oenone with these two characters. So the refrain "Dear Mother Ida, hearken ere I die" reveals Oenone's imprisonment to both the situation she finds herself in and to her emotions. Okay, when Paris is offered self-reverence, self-knowledge, self-control by Pallas, Oenone cries out for him to accept the gifts above the others. When he refuses, she is dominated by her emotions in the same way Paris is dominated by his own. Actually, Paris was dominated by his choice, and he made the a wrong choice. Instead, her actions are closer to those of Aphrodite, the goddess that Oenone competes against for Paris's affection. The jealousy and possessiveness of Oenone is similar to Tennyson's feelings at the time for Helen's company, as Tennyson believed that he would be separated from his friend by a woman. Okay. So here you will find a personal touch of Tennyson, the poet's own feelings. Here he wants to expose his own feelings. Okay, so Enone's song is similar to the events described in the poem. The city of Troy was created in a song and ends with its imminent destruction. Very soon we find that Troy became distracted and Paris he received his own fate. So, in a similar manner, Enone's song comes from the distraction left by Paris. This is very this song comes from the core of Enone's heart. Okay, her how she feels. Okay, her emotion, her feelings for Paris. So she also shifts from the Mariana like prisoner type of character to the Fatima like self destructive character as the poem progresses. And she at the end of this poem, we find she committed suicide. So, this is the summary and the analysis of this poem, and I think you will find out some important questions from here and take preparation from this poem. From Victorian poetry, Tennyson is very important, and of course, you have to go through all the poems of Tennyson. And in my next class, I will try to start a new topic. Until then, thank you. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.